Good evening. I'm the Fit Lawyer ATL, and we are live. Happy New Year. It's so good to see everyone. Oh my God, I went missing. That's what it feels like. Ever. Struggle streaming. Okay, I don't know how to mute before I start. Anyway, so welcome. I'm so glad that you all are here. So I plan to go live a lot around Christmas and ended up getting COVID the Friday before. I went to Vegas for Monday Night Football when Atlanta played that sorriest Monday Night Football game we've ever seen before, and came back and got to work. And Thursday morning, I woke up sick, and then Friday morning, I had COVID. So I was down for Christmas. Luckily, I tested negative Christmas morning, so I was able to go be with my family. Hello, Trakisha. Happy New Year's to you. Here comes Drama. Hey, sis. Thank you. Happy New Year. Glad y'all are coming in. Hey, Aaron Campbell. I know I was so afraid I was taking out the algorithm. I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to know I'm on YouTube anymore. But I'm still here. So I did not want 2025 to come without me going live. I'm so excited for the new year. Kia Elder, hello. How are you doing? Welcome. Hey. Oh my goodness, 2025 is going to be amazing. So I have ordered all of my equipment for my YouTube studio. I'm looking at my Rodecaster Pro. Like everything is here. So I will be setting everything up over the next week or so. Clearly, I got to bring in an engineer to help me set up stuff. I don't know how. So anyway, everything's going to be set up. So by the end of January, probably sooner, I'm so excited. I'll be in my official YouTube studio. Can y'all believe it? Like literally manifestation and having a vision and writing it down is so important, because at the beginning of this year, my 3 words, I chose 3 words going into 2024, because a lot of times we do resolutions. I'm gonna start doing this. I've been working out since 2020 when I lost 150 pounds in a year, and I'll be doing that story soon. But so I was like, I want to do something different, right? So I really just focused on the things that I wanted in my life and kind of what needed to occur to achieve them. So the 3 words that I chose for 2024 were discipline, obedience, and increase. And if the things didn't fall in line this year, oh my goodness, like I was at the beginning of the year in Lead and AV's chat, just kind of hanging out. I think I had just got my membership in like October. And now I have a YouTube channel with almost 10,000 subscribers. Like by the end of the year, had Young Thug on my last live with Keith Adams. What? Like, y'all can't tell me God ain't good. So, yes, Aaron, thank you so much. Thank you, sis. And like the support, y'all have been so supportive. Like, I haven't gotten bashed with like negative comments or anything. Like, everything has just been mad support from the beginning. So, yes. Kia, yes, sis. Like I went to sleep that night and woke up and was on Hollywood Unlocked, Jasmine Brand, Thugger Daily. Like everybody and their mama had posted Young Thug calling into the show. It was like if repost and all of that stuff was like money, like y'all wouldn't see me that much. I'm just like it was amazing. It was like overwhelming. I was like, oh my God. Like if I ever thought about, I don't know if I'm ready or I want to change something, like, y'all, it's like the world knows who the Fit Lawyer ATL, the source, like, y'all, it was so crazy. Like the chat that night, I could not keep up. I had to go back and rewatch it. Thank you so much, sis. I had to go back and rewatch the show just to be able to see all the comments and to keep up. So I do have more content on YSL. I will get back to work. I'm back. So we're going to talk about why Yak Gotti is still locked up. Unbelievable. Like the only one in the trial with an outright not guilty, and they still hold him in jail. Such haters. And they control that. They could have him home for the holidays if they wanted to, but the state still has him in custody. so much stuff going on. This whole Diddy, Jay-Z, like, let me just, I'm just gonna give you quick tidbits because it's like the end of the year, so I'm over here litty because I ain't been on YouTube like forever. So I'm holding my opinion on the whole Jay-Z thing, right? Because I do PI cases, and I filed $1 million lawsuit last year, and I just knew I was right, and I was winning, and I had my records, and we got the depositions. And I had to dismiss the case the next day. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is when it comes to these civil cases, let's hold off until we get some actual evidence. Like the words you type in a complaint are literally just our words. Okay. Our client has told us some shit and we put it in legalese and made it sound good. And we're making all the claims that we can. But like, we don't really know if that shit happened either. How would we, right? We're not there. Y'all come into our office. Y'all call the office. Y'all say, so this happens. I got this proof. You come in with text messages. Like, if enough stuff lines up for me to make a good point, like, we rolling with it, right? So I'm just gonna hold off. Like, I'm gonna talk about it some, but I'm gonna hold off my judgment until I actually see like evidence, which I think now that the case is not getting dismissed will have to be due soon. So we'll get to see what's going on there. So we're gonna get into some stuff, y'all. Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, they trying to get a restraining order and all of that stuff. So there's gonna be a lot coming up in 2025. But for tonight, I got on here so I could tell y'all how to learn how to shut the fuck up and take the ride. Okay? Like, when the police pull you all over, like, I understand that with the internet and YouTube and y'all watching trials and, you feel a little educated on the law. Yeah. All that talking y'all do once the cops pull you over, it's just evidence that we can insert in court. Here comes drunk. I'm trying to tell you, like, you laughing, sis, but I'm dead ass. I'm telling you, the cases that I can get thrown out just like that are the ones where the clients shut the fuck up and take the ride. Like, are you going to jail when the cop approaches you and starts going into the DUI investigation and says, do I smell alcohol? Yeah, probably so. But guess what? It's okay. It's okay. If you just be quiet from the moment he approaches the vehicle and you hand your license, then I can try to do all that I can within the law to get the case dismissed. And a lot of chances I can because you haven't given any evidence, right? And that's what we're going to look at tonight. Because Karen Hooger, I don't know how many of you all follow the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I do. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I got to change it. I said Real Housewives of Atlanta. My bad. Real Housewives of Potomac. I got to update. All right. So she's Real Housewives of Potomac. Karen Hooger, the Grand Dame. She's the best. I love Karen, right? But she got pulled over for a DUI. And apparently this is like her second or third DUI. And so in no way am I, it is what it is with Karen. It probably would have been the same result, even if she had shut the fuck up and took the ride, because she clearly had an accident, a single car accident, and she's been down this road before, and she just did. But I want y'all just to see this video and just see how much extra talking she did and see how, like, that's part of the reason why she's there. And if you would just like be quiet when the cop pull you over, then it'll make it so much better. So I'm also gonna get some tips because I know y'all about to go out. Y'all getting dressed at the house. Some of y'all might be at church, or about to go to church. And then when you come out of church, you're gonna go to the club and do whatever. And although everyone should take an Uber, everyone's not gonna take an Uber. So because of that, we're gonna sit here and just, chat it up. So I wanted to show y'all first Karen Hooger's video. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because since she went to trial and was convicted, they put like the whole video online. So we're not gonna do that. But I just want you to see, just from the beginning, where shit was going wrong. Okay, like she's driving home from hanging out with a girlfriend. Well, I'm assuming a girlfriend, David or somebody. She was hanging out with somebody. She's headed home and has an accident. She's crashed this, I think it's a Maserati she's in. She's crashed this car. And of course, she calls her husband to the scene, Ray. So he shows up, and that's the part of body camera we're going to see. So this is not the initial officer, that arrived on scene, but this is the officer that actually makes the arrest. So just going to show you a little bit of this, and then I'm going to get into why you all just have to remember to shut the fuck up and take the ride. Straight up. I'm putting it on a t-shirt. Like, I'm telling you, that is the way to go, because once a cop approaches your car and starts going into the, hey, where you coming from tonight? Church. Like, if you would just have to say something, church, okay? Church. Don't be going into the, I'm coming from the club. Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? Because at the club, it's alcohol, right? Like, why do y'all be like, I'm coming from the strip club, or I'm coming from a party? Like, ding, ding, ding. That's like, yes, I've been drinking. Like, that's what signals to the officer when y'all say stuff like that. Like, okay, Trakisha say, definitely get my makeup done. Right. I figured this is like the time, right? So that way I can let y'all know before you head out the way to go. The best way is to Uber. Okay. The second thing is don't drink and drive, but I'm gonna keep it real like I always do. All right. I know y'all gonna do what you gonna do. So this is how you do it. All right. So don't drink and drive. That's the first thing. But let me just show y'all this video so y'all can see how shit goes wrong when you just don't shut up. I mean, and it's literally your right. And y'all love to tell a cop, I know my rights. I can do my right, my Fourth Amendment, my Fifth Amendment, but nobody shuts the fuck up. Okay. All right. Let me get to this video. All right. So let me share my screen and share this link. Okay. Yep. Here we go. All right. Make sure my volume's up. Okay. I'll make it bigger. Do y'all hear it? Oh Lord. Okay, I'm struggling streaming because. Y'all hear that? Your drama says no, we don't. It's keys. Here comes drama. Can you hear it now?
Yeah. Just check you out in the ambulance.
You want to walk? All right, we'll let you walk. And then we'll...
Yeah, okay.
We'll walk. All right, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just keep going. I know. Do you need anything? All right. Let's get you in the ambulance.
I'm Officer Baxter County Police. Just let you know everything's being video and audio recorded at this point, all right? You can go.
No, it's not okay.
Well, it has to be.
Cut it off now.
I can't. You can go with them.
Can.
I'm not.
I'm like this.
Okay. Come this way.
Right on this side. Yep. I saw you holding your side. Has anything hurt there?
Okay, I'm coming back. Like, literally, she said too much already. Like, do you hear how slurred her speech is? Like, in these DUI reports, that's one of the checklists, slurred speech. You literally can stand there and hand the officer your ID and be quiet from day. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say anything. Tiffany, but they're going to take me to jail. Fit, they're going to take me in. I'm going to jail. But guess what? You talked and you still went to jail. That's what I try to tell people. Like, you have to be quiet so you don't give evidence to be used against you. Like, when they walked up, she handed her ID. Then what? We're just looking at the scene. They're gonna just be trying to figure out what happened with the accident. You don't have to talk to them at all. Once you provide your identification, you literally can be quiet. I was a public. Thank you. Here comes drugs like Chatterhood. Like, what are we talking about? Just thinking you can talk your way out of something. I really don't know what it is. I think it's just like a nervous energy. Like, if people just get to talking and just telling everything, like, just be quiet. that is a right you have. You have the right to remain silent. And so you should do so, because everything that she's saying, you see, all of this video was played in court because they're not questioning her. She's just talking, right? But they can ask you kind of where you're coming from, what happened tonight, because there's been an accident. So they need to figure out if there's somebody else involved. Was there somebody else in the car with you? But guess what? You don't have to help them. They can just walk around and try to figure that out. You literally can hand your license and be quiet. Like, I had a client in Fulton County one time. I was a public defender in Fulton County for 8 years. I know y'all love to talk shit about public defenders, but we're not all bad. I just told a consultation today I had that is really about the lawyer. Like, the person is going to be a good lawyer, whether they're a public defender or a private attorney. However, this was a public defender case I had, and this was her third DUI. And she literally, when the cop pulled her over, she rolled her window down this much and slid her license through it and rolled her window back up and sat there. And guess what the prosecutor told me when we had the case? There's nothing there, Tiffany. It's nothing there. I got to dismiss it. And the case was gone. Like, be quiet. I know a lot of times, and we watching YouTube, we watch the USL trial, and a lot of people, you're starting to hear stuff and you start to learn about cases, but you're not an attorney. So like, we learn more than just this trial, right? It's hours of education. There are tons of cases that shape the laws. So I know a lot of people, you can go to Google and you can type in OCGA, and that is going to bring up the official code of Georgia annotated. And that is where all the laws of Georgia are. And so you can type in DUI, and I'm going to show you, and it's going to come up and it's going to say the DUI law, and it's going to tell you, what you don't have the right to do, right? But that's all you're going to get from that. You don't know, what does that mean? What does it mean to be in physical control of a vehicle, right? What does it mean to actually, if the key's in the car, but the car pulled over, how am I DUI? I'm not driving, but you're in physical control of the vehicle. So it's like that little stuff that you can't get from just reading the law is the reason you need to just shut the fuck up and take the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, and I don't know how many times I can dance around it or come back to it, but that's just pretty much where we at with it. I just need you just to hand them your license and be quiet. I've had repeat clients, and when they listen, I have more to work with. Now I'm not saying that Karen would not have been convicted for DUI for this, because clearly she had a single car accident. You'll hear later on in a few seconds where her husband tries to kind of like give her an out, but she just keeps talking and talking and talking. And apparently, because I've seen like other little clips online, she actually did an interrogation with the police. Like, she actually, after she got arrested and went to headquarters, sat down and talked to the police. Can y'all believe that? Like, it's 2025, y'all. We do know we're not supposed to talk to the police. I might have to do a whole video on that. But like, we don't talk to the police, and it's not a no snitching or we don't want to help. It's you have to protect yourself and your rights, because the police are allowed to lie to you when they interrogate you. That's literally legal. I promise you. So they can come in interrogation room and say, hey, yeah, so we got you on tape coming out with the boxes at the store. So you want to tell us what happened? And they literally don't have shit. They can say it though, because they can do that to entice you to confess. It's legal. So why would you enter the ring with somebody who doesn't have to fight fair? Like, I get clients that call me all the time. They're like, oh, the detective just called my son and they want him to come down and talk. And we took him down there, and I'm like, oh, like, why you didn't call me first? Because we don't do that. Because what did you take him down there to say? Like, to confess to a crime? Or like, because you don't know what you're going to be asked, because you don't know what they have, because they don't have to tell you. It's like a game. It's like going into to play a game and you don't get to see what you're being dealt, but they got their cards and you have to play blind. Like, we don't play them games. You want to talk, get a warrant, lock them up, and when we bond them out, we'll talk then. And that way, everything is locked in. You can't make them confess to something or say something that hurts the case, because all they need you to do is corroborate like 4 or 5 facts about the case. And then they'll use that to say we got probable cause to get a warrant, to do more, to search for more, to get a phone. You know, it's just, and you're thinking, oh, I'm just explaining what happened. Like, you know, yeah, I was coming from a friend's house. Yeah, we had a couple drinks. Yeah, like I drove. Like, yeah, that's the crime. Yeah, but I just want to talk about it. Like, what's the point? So please, tonight, I know somebody said they was getting their makeup on. Like, when you head out, tell everybody in the car, like, shut the fuck up, y'all. Let's just take the ride, bail out, and call FitLawyerATL, and we're going to get that thing straightened on out. Like, don't be doing no tests. Don't do the breathalyzer. Don't provide a urine sample. But I don't care even if you haven't been drinking. Because guess what? Has alcohol. Mouthwash has alcohol. Cologne, everything you like touch, some toothpaste have alcohol. Like, it's so many things that have alcohol in them that you could have not had a lot to drink or whatever. And I'm gonna show y'all be calling my office like, man, I wasn't even drunk. And I'm like, where is that the law? It's like, where is that the law? Like, it's not about being drunk, it's about being a less safe driver. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what does being a less safe driver mean? And that's the case law, right? That's the part y'all don't get off Google. So when you try to think you like, oh, I read the law, I know what it say, but what is a less safe driver? What does that even mean? It's just, and who decides that? Like, it's so crazy. So yes, show your license. That was number one. Show your license. You got to show that. Put that out the car window. You can literally slit it like this. Show them your license, and that's it. And be quiet. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all some more of Karen's video. And like I say, I really feel bad because this could have been worse. She could have really injured herself. She could have killed someone else. So I do not advocate drinking and driving. I am just educating you all because police will ask you, have you been drinking? And you may not have been. And then it leads to like other things. It leads to a test that you can't pass. And so then you end up getting arrested, but you provided all this evidence and you're talking about this and what you did last week and what you drunk 12 hours ago. And it's just like a rabbit hole. So just educating in that way. But I am not advocating go out and get drunk and say if I get stopped, do this. No. Do not drink and drive. If you get pulled over and the police launch a DUI investigation, shut the fuck up and take the ride. That's what I'm saying, okay? Let's be clear. Let's make sure y'all screenshot that. All right, let me go back. Share the screen. Go back to Miss Huger, Miss Grandam. Y'all know they're going to eat her ass up on the show if they let her come back. Y'all know Giselle, they gonna eat her up. Like they gonna eat her up. I don't think Bravo's gonna let her come back though. Okay, let me. It might buff for a couple times, y'all. I'm on the Wi-Fi. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, ma'am. How are you? Just so you're aware, we all wear cameras record audio and video, okay? I do. Okay. I need to see her driver's license.
Okay.
Karen, okay? Hey, sir, sir, she's not free to leave.
I understand.
Okay.
No, I am. No, Ray, I am.
Get your bag here.
I'm you.
Hold it.
I didn't do this.
Huh?
And no.
Okay.
Watch out, there's some barf on it there.
Great.
There's some throw up on it there.
Remember?
I think it is.
Okay, ma'am, can you get your driver's license for us, please?
No, you cannot.
Okay,
You ready?
Karen. Okay. Let me ask you a
She's
question.
not free to leave.
I understand this.
And
Okay. So
what do
you're
you
saying
need to know? What do you need to know, sir?
Let me answer his questions.
No, I am the person that was driving.
Okay, you were the person that was driving. I understand that, but I need your driver's license. Can you get me your driver's license, please?
No.
Okay, why?
No, because I can't find it.
what?
Is it?
I'll look for it.
Okay.
No, right.
Ma'am, Karen, can you stop? Can you stop?
You
for me,
were in an
please?
accident, baby. There's no way to get around that.
Okay.
Ray, they drove me off the road there.
Who drove you? The people, somebody?
Yes.
Oh.
And that was not my...
Ma'am, where are you coming from? Let's start with that.
Where's your point?
Where are you driving from?
Why are you interviewing me?
Because you were in an accident and you appear to be impaired.
Well, I'm not. No, I appear, but
Okay,
I'm not.
that's right. That's why I'm. That's why I'm asking questions.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, no, ma'am, you're not free to leave.
I'll answer the question.
You leave
Okay,
me
then
alone.
you stay right there then.
But you-
Okay, for me.
Don't
Okay?
touch me.
All right, don't go anywhere then.
Woo! Karen's about to turn up, right? Don't touch. And Ray, he thought he was helping, but we got to answer some questions. No, you don't. You literally do not have to answer questions. Be quiet. You have the right to remain silent. Once you get arrested and the police say you have the right to remain silent, it doesn't just start at the time of arrest. That literally is your right when you wake up in the morning. So, like, what I'm not saying is you can't ignore the police, right? When they come to the car, you can't just sit there and not provide your identification. You do have to identify yourself. So that's why I say you can slide your license through a slit. That's what they usually walk up to. Hey, give me license registration. Once you give that, you don't have to say anything else. I don't want to talk. I'm invoking my right to remain silent. And just be quiet. Simple. You don't have to go like, I got a lawyer, my sister a lawyer, let me call, let me get my this. You don't have to do all of that. Like, really complying and just being quiet, even if the officer is wrong, will get us further a lot of times, more so if you talk yourself out. Now, is there ever a time you can talk yourself out of arrest? I'm sure. So that's going to be an outlier, right? It's going to be a time when you're going to say, man, my cousin, he one of them sovereign citizens, and he started saying how his name ain't his and the Constitution don't. And yeah, because sometimes some officers are not going to want to deal with it. And they may say, you know what, sir, I don't even feel like it tonight. I'm going to let you go. And then that means they're like, I won. I told y'all I was right. No, you're not. You're not. And so that doesn't happen all the time. So more so than not, I need at the side of the road when an officer has a gun, a taser, handcuffs, therefore legally carrying and having something that can kill you. The best thing is to comply, shut the fuck up, take the ride, and let's deal with that shit later, right? Because there's stuff I can work with. There's stuff I can do. So that's literally that simple. But you would be surprised how many people just don't know that. And if you go out on YouTube and find Karen's other videos during interrogation, she doesn't sober up. So it's just more of her talking about how rich she is and she's the grand dame. And I think somebody, Thomas Jefferson, like she is intoxicated, or because I don't know what her blood limit was or what was in her blood or whatever, or she is impaired by maybe hitting her head on the steering wheel. It was a bad accident. Like maybe that was the defense at trial. I have no clue. But I guarantee you, had she just shut up early on in this police encounter, the police would have been willing to even work with her. There are a lot of times where I have clients that necessarily may be DUI, but because of their quietness at the scene and their politeness, the officer is willing to give them a reckless driving, which means they don't have a DUI conviction. Their insurance doesn't go up for 3 years. You lose their license. Like, there's so many reasons that you should just shut the fuck up and take the ride. Like, I literally cannot say it enough. Seriously, like, I understand we're learning our rights. We understand some stuff, but you really don't. So that's really the best thing to do. So I want y'all to figure just a little bit more of this, and then I'm gonna let y'all get ready because it's 7:30. And I know people getting ready to go out. I hear fireworks popping over here. So let me go back to this video. And of course, I'm gonna get some buffering.
Don't touch me.
Karen, please.
Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Listen.
You good?
I'm good.
You have it?
I'm good, but you
Your answer?
I will help you answer the questions. Okay?
Where is she coming from?
Okay. She was visiting a friend. I guess it was David called, I guess
She's
okay.
I'm Karen.
I would rather.
I don't like her.
Okay.
So
I'd rather
it's
her
okay.
not do a lot of talking at this point
Would you
anyhow,
like to do
because
that?
she's probably a little bit upset
Well,
after
sure,
the
sure.
thing. So she's.
Can I ask you where you're coming
yourself.
from tonight?
She
Ma'am.
said she was coming from a friend's house.
Okay. Which way were you driving on Oakland?
Where you have it?
You had to
Were you
come-
coming from Bradley?
You have it?
I'll take a look.
Yes.
You come from Bradley?
Well, wait. Well, you see it? Yes. Thank you.
You were driving on Bradley or from Bradley? Do you remember the accident?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
Actually, nothing really. Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just that somebody ran you off the road.
They did.
Someone ran you off the road? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember that vehicle at all?
Y'all caught that, right? Ray tried to give her an out, right? Like literally, she hadn't said nothing about nobody running her off the road. But Ray is like digging for that ID, trying to hurry up and get the license out for the officer. And he's like, somebody ran you off the road, right? Yeah, she's like, like Ray was trying, like he literally was trying. He was trying. But let me pause for a second. Here comes drama. What? You said a judge unalived himself in the courtroom this morning. No, I did not hear about that. That is horrible. No. Oh my God. That is horrible. Oh my goodness. Were other people in court? I'm looking it up now. Oh my God. He was a state court judge. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, they believe it happened sometime overnight. A deputy found him this morning. Oh my goodness. That's horrible. Oh my goodness. Like a lot of people are going through things. So if you are, I will keep you in prayer. Like reach out and talk to someone. Anybody, if you don't have someone, there's a number you can call. That is so sad. I am so sorry to hear that. So I definitely will post that information. Once I wrap up the live, I'll go grab that. If someone has it, the suicide hotline, we can post that in the chat. That's horrible. Thanks for letting me know that. That's so sad. A lot of people in this time of year, a lot of people go through things. Depression hits heavy. So yeah, that's so sad. I'm sad to hear. Sorry to hear that. But yes, yeah, Music King. Thank you. Music King says such great advice. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Yeah. So I saw and I started. I'm gonna come back to this question. So Kia Elder 305 says, then what's going to happen if you slide the ID? The police aren't letting that go like that. You can say, I'm going to invoke my right to remain silent, or I'm just going to remain silent. Here's my ID. And that's it. They will continue to ask questions, but it's not going to be yanked. Now, I'm not saying don't move when asked to move. Like, don't sit there like a stone. So comply. So, but you don't have to talk. You don't have to provide evidence. You don't have to answer questions. And if you'll listen on the DUI, if you ever go through a DUI investigation, the police officer, if they're doing it correctly, and a lot of times, sometimes they don't, but they'll say these tests are voluntary. Like, will you, and because they'll ask the question, like, do you mind participating in some field sobriety tests for me? That's a question. And so that's phrased that way because it's voluntary. You don't have to do that. So you can respond to that and say no. And so they're not going to do anything. They can't even, the law has changed, so they can't even use that against you in court anymore. So you have the right to refuse that stuff. You have the right to not talk. The problem is that people start explaining and answering questions, and all that does is provide evidence that's going to be used against you later. So they will, when it comes to DUI. Now, I'm not saying like you on a murder case and they coming up and invest. This is DUI related. Pulled over on the side of the road, shut the fuck up and take the ride. Now, anytime though, don't talk to the police. But I'm saying, like, the only time I actually take a client into a police station to talk to the officer, if you're literally just a witness to something and there's no reason for us not to cooperate. I've done that before. Or if you are a witness to something and you're refusing, but you're a vital witness to something, to where maybe like it's your boyfriend committed a crime or did something with your vehicle and you don't want to cooperate when the police are trying to ask, then they could threaten you with an obstruction. In that case, I'm gonna say talk, because you didn't do anything wrong. So it's not like you're not talking because you committed a crime or you did anything. It's just that you're not trying to be a witness in something. And sometimes you are what you are. You gotta talk. So, or you can go to jail. You can take, you can take the charge if you want to for your boo. But yeah, I ain't about that life. But you know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing. But yeah, no, pull it over on the side of the road, provide your license and registration, and you can say, I want to invoke my right to remain silent, or I want to remain silent. And that's it. They'll continue to ask questions, but you don't have to answer. So when they say, would you mind participating in these field sobriety tests? The answer is no, I don't want to. And they may try to say, well, you sure? Because if I'm just trying to make sure you're safe to drive. I just want to make sure you're okay. It's not, I mean, what you got to hide? Once you show me that you're okay, I'll let you go. And you just shaking your head. Nope. That's it. That's simple. And then, but it's because it's all about the attitude, right? So when he comes to the car, you're not like, why the fuck you pull me over? Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start there, then you taking things a different way. So let's go over these. I'm gonna give y'all some 5 tips before we wrap this up. So 5 tips. And the first one is to pull over safely. So if a cop pulls you over, you speeding, is late at night, 9 times out of 10, they come into the car with the whole, have you been drinking? Because that's what they assume everybody's been doing, that they pull over during certain times, right? So, or if you were weaving, because y'all be messing with the GPS in the car. That's always the story. Officer, I was trying to look at my GPS. This doesn't save you. Some of y'all still hold the phone and stuff when you're driving. Y'all trying to text, and so you get the little slip, and so the officer blue lights you and pulls you over, right? So pull over safely. That's number 1. Remain calm and polite. Yeah. So when they come to the car, don't start with the whole, what the F you want? Like, why you pull me over? It's all these other people out here speeding. Why you want to stop me? Like, why we doing all of that? Remain calm and polite. That's number 2, okay? Politely refuse field sobriety test. Politely refuse field sobriety test. You can do that. Invoke your right to remain silent. And then after you go to jail and bond out, call me or another amazing criminal defense attorney to handle the case. Like, so the tips I'm giving you, they're not going to avoid you going to jail, but neither are the things that you all do, because you still go to jail, right? So it's not, I can't avoid that. I wish I could control the cops not letting y'all, arresting you. I can't control that. But I'm saying, once you have this encounter, the less evidence that you provide out of your mouth or with your body by doing tests that you cannot pass, then the less evidence they have to use against you in court, better chance that an attorney like myself can get the case, if not dismissed, reduced down to a reckless driving, which is not a DUI. DUI penalties in Georgia, every state is different, but in Georgia, a first conviction will suspend your license for a year. You can get a temporary license if it's your first in 5. And then you can have a fine up to $1,000, 40 hours of community service, alcohol drug evaluation, treatment if recommended, watch a victim impact panel, and you have to be on probation for a year. It can be non-reporting, but it has to be on probation for a year. Can't terminate early if you're convicted of a DUI. And then the insurance rates are going to have a surcharge that's going to increase them greatly for 3 years. So it's really a big financial burden when you have a DUI. And each one that you have within a 10-year period in Georgia just increases your penalties. So second and 10, it's going to be, most times they'll give you 10 days in jail, up to 30. The fine's always $1,000. And you have 240 hours of community service, and your license will be suspended for 18 months. No temporary, if it's a second and 5. So it's like just those little things you need an attorney to help you with, but it's easier to avoid when you don't provide evidence against yourself. So that's the whole thing. So like, I know a lot of times we want to explain ourselves and we want to have our day in court and we want to tell the officer how, I know you smell alcohol, but it was just one beer. It ain't no way one beer got me drunk. And the whole thing is, the law doesn't even say anything about being drunk. It doesn't say that. So before I let y'all go, we're going to say what the law says. And yeah, here comes Drama say, check that attitude. Yes, it gets you a long way. Like I'm telling y'all, calm and polite goes a long way. Because when I go back to these officers and I'm like, if it's a case where I don't really have a good argument, but I'm just going to ask on GP and I'm like, will you consider reducing this to a reckless? Is this person's first DUI? They got this going on. They got all this good stuff. We've already done all the conditions. The first thing these cops tell me is, let me remember how they acted on the scene. I'm telling you, polite and calm goes a long way. When y'all nut up, they always remember you. They'll look and they'll be like, oh, nah, he show his ass. Hell nah, I ain't reducing it. Just that simple. Like a lot of stuff, calm and polite goes a long way. I'm trying to tell you. And yes, damn, taking Uber. Yes, here comes drama. It's that simple. Like I got invited to go out to a friend's house tonight. And as much as I love my car and love flexing through the city, I'm like, damn, I know we're going to be drinking. I need to go ahead and take an Uber if I'm gonna go, because what's the point of even playing them games? Like it's not a point of that. So take an Uber, Lyft, like whatever. Some of y'all got private limos, some of y'all are balling like leads. Oh, you might have car service, but whatever, just be safe, y'all. Remember the tips to pull over safely, remain calm and polite, politely refuse field sobriety tests, invoke your right to remain silent, and call an attorney once you bond out. But if you can't remember all of that, just remember, shut the fuck up and take the ride. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up and take the ride. So we got 75 in the chat tonight. I know y'all getting ready to go out. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe, share. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. Y'all see me much more on YouTube. Getting a studio together. When I get off live tonight, I'm gonna go downstairs and set up the desk. I got my lights. I got my camera came. It's over here charging. Like, I am so excited. You're so welcome. Here comes Drama. Thank you so much for being here. Here comes Drama says, thank you, Fit. This is the best information. I'm so excited that it was informative. That's what I really want to do. Just drop in. I know I wasn't able to get on a lot during this holiday break, but I wanted to come on and say thank you all. And what's the best way to say thank you? Give you some information that you can use. So I hope that you all find this beneficial. I know you all are getting ready. Thank you. Kia Elder 305 says happy 2025 to everyone. Yes, everyone. So excited. I'm so excited too. Here comes Drama. Okay, so what y'all got going on? Y'all going out? I ain't going out. Went out to like a club or something. I might go to hang out at a friend's house. But are y'all going out? Oh, thank you so much. Aqua Angel says, Happy New Year. Your personality is addictive. Thank you so much, sis. Hope to see you more in the new year. Happy New Year, T. Thomas. Thank you for being here. Are y'all going out? Are y'all going to church? I know some people church like at 10. Are y'all going to clubs? What y'all doing? I'm too old for that. I'm 45. I'm like, the club days are over. I'm only going to the club if it's like somebody's special something. And we in VIP so I can sit down. Because y'all know how Atlanta is. You got to stand up everywhere unless you're paying. I know, right? Me too. Here comes Drama. I'm so lame. Like I said, I got invited to go somewhere, but I'm like, oh, I might just stay and put up my desk. I don't know. I think I'm gonna force myself to go. Hey, Miss Jackson, how you doing? Hey, Fit. Miss Lynetta Jackson says, hey, Fit. It's nice to see you live. Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you, Miss Jackson. It's so good to see you. I missed you all. I hope you all had a great holiday season. Kia says, I'm going out. We know, boo, you've been doing your makeup. I hope you have a good time tonight. Be safe. Be safe. And remember, tell everybody to shut the fuck up and take the ride. Okay. Hey, Miss McNeil. Oh, yep, Miss McNeil. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, y'all. It's 7:45. I don't want to keep you all. I know y'all are getting ready to go out. So happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. This has not been legal advice because I'm not your attorney, but I am giving you legal commentary and educating y'all on the game. So just remember, while y'all are out and about tonight, if you're approached by the police officer, pull over safely, politely hand your driver's license, invoke that right to remain silent, shut the fuck up, and take the ride.